cool. I'm fine. A little bit bumped. I'm good though.
The car was damaged a little bit, I hear.
Yeah, I'll get another one. Insurance is good.
What happened?
Well, you know, it's a couple crazy things, you know. Paparazzi can tend to get out of hand.
Is that what it was?
It's all good though.
Okay, good. But you're all right. No injuries.
No injuries. I'm fine.
Tell me what you're looking forward to tonight, Chris.
Tonight, I'm just looking forward to the performances, you know. A lot of great artists here, so I'm just happy to be a part of it. The Grammys always is a great and elegant place to be, so, you know, I'm happy to be here.
What was some of your favorite music this past year?
Favorite music this past year? Miguel, man.
Miguel.
I think he's had
like
a great...
that song Adorn?
Yeah, I think he's had a great and wonderful year. Like and to be from the R&B kind of background, like he's taking that and then he's doing his thing.
What do you think as we move forward into the next few months? What will be the cycle of music that becomes popular? What's next?
I'm hoping it's just real music. You know, a lot of the music nowadays, I love it, but you know, it's very gimmicky. Even with mine, some of my music is gimmicky. But you know, I just want to go back to the real music. You know, a lot of instruments, the real band essence of being able to, you know, perform and be an entertainer. So,
tell me who you're wearing tonight.
Landvine. Got a little something.
There you go. Chris Brown, thank you very much. We'll be right back live from the red carpet at the Grammys. Appreciate it.